cha and ayudam, weapon, adatsva, take up, ghatasva, try, tvam, you, jigishasi, are eager to conquer, iti, thus, uktaha, challenged, saha, hiranyaksha, tada, at the time, bhuya, again, thadayan, striking at, vyanadat, roared, brisham, loudly. Translation: the Lord then said, take up your weapon and try again, eager as you are to conquer me. Challenged in these words, the demon aimed his mace at the Lord and once more loudly roared. Verse 11. Tamsa aptatim vikshya bhagavan samavastitaha jagraha leelayah praptam gharutman iva pannagim. Tamsa aptatim vikshya bhagavan samavastitaha jagraha leelaya praptam gharutman iva pannagim. Tamsa aptatim vikshya bhagavan samavastitaha jagraha leelaya praptam gharutman iva pannagim. Synonyms: tham, that maze; saha, he; aptatim, flying toward; viksha, after seeing; bhagavan, the supreme personality of Godhead; samavastitaha, stood firmly; jagraha, caught; leelaya, easily; praptam, entered into his presence; gharutman, garuda; iva, as; pannagim, a serpent. Translation: when the Lord saw the maze flying toward him, he stood firmly where he was, and caught it with same ease as Garuda, the king of birds, would seize a serpent. Verse 12. Sapaurushe pratihate hatamano mahasuraha naichad gadam diyamanam harina vigata prabaha. Swapaurushe pratihate hatamano mahasuraha naichad gadam dhiyamanam harina vigata prabaha. Swapaurushe pratihate hatamano mahashuraha naichad gadam dhiyamanam harina vigata prabaha. Synonyms: Swapaurushe, his valor; pratihate, frustrated; hata, destroyed; manaha, pride; maha ashura, the great demon; na aichat, desired not to take; gadam, the mace; dhiyamanam, being offered; harina, by Hari; vigata prabaha, reduced in splendor. Translation: his valor thus frustrated, the great demon felt humiliated and was put out of countenance. He was reluctant to take back the mace when it was offered by the personality of Godhead. Verse 13. Jagraha trishikam sulam jwalana lolupam yagnaya dhritarupaya vipraya bicharan vityatha. Jagraha trishikam shulam jwalana lolupam yagnaya dhritarupaya vipraya bicharan vitha. Jagraha trishikam shulam jwalana lolupam yagnaya dhritarupaya vipraya bicharan yatha. Synonyms: Jagraha, took up; trishikam, three-pointed; shulam, trident; jwalat, flaming; jwalana, fire; lolupam, rapacious; yagnaya, at the injure of all sacrifices; dhritarupaya, in the form of varaha; vipraya, unto a brahmana; abhicharan, acting malevolently; yatha, as. He now took a trident, which was as rapacious as a flaming fire, and hurled it against the Lord, the injurer of all sacrifices, even as one would use penance for malevolent purpose against a holy Brahmana. This is the 14th verse and last verse for today. Okay. Tadoja sadaitya maha bhatar pitam chakasad antah udhirna didhiti chakrena chicheda nishatanimena harir yatha tarksha patatram ujjitam तदोजसा दैत्य महाभटार्पितं चकाशद अंतः क उदीर्न धीदिति चक्रेण चिच्छेद निशातनेमेन हरिर् यथा थार्क्ष पतत्रम उचितम तदोजसा दैत्य महाभटार्पितं चकाशद अंतः क उदीर्न धीदिति चक्रेण चिच्छेद निशतानिमेन हरिर् यथा थार्क्ष पतत्रम उचितम. Words, synonyms. Tat, that trident, Ojasa with all his strength, Daitya among the demons, Mahabhatha by the mighty fighter, Arpitam hurled, Chakasat shining, Antahke in the middle of the sky, Udhirna increased, Didhiti illumination, Chakrena by the Sudarshana disc, Chicheda he cut to pieces, Nishata sharpened, Nimina rim, Harihi Indra Yatha as, Tarksha of Garuda, Patatram the wing, Vujitham abandoned. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada, History of Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Hurled by the mighty demon with all his strength, the fighting trident shone brightly in the sky. The personality of God, however, tore it to pieces with his discus Sudarshana, which had a sharp-edged rim, even as Indra cut off a wing of Garuda. So, purport. The context of the reference given herein regarding Garuda and Indra is this. Once upon a time, Garuda, the carrier of the Lord, snatched away a nectar pot from the hands of the demigods in heaven in order to liberate his mother, Vinatha, from the clutches of his stepmother, Kadru, the mother of serpents. On learning of this, Indra, the king of heaven, hurled his thunderbolt against Garuda. With a view to respect the infallibility of Indra's weapon, Garuda, though otherwise invincible, being the Lord's own mount, dropped one of his wings, which was shattered to pieces by the thunderbolt. The inhabitants of higher planets are so sensible that even in the process of fighting, they observe the preliminary rules and regulations of gentleness. In this case, Garuda wanted to show respect for Indra. Since he knew that Indra's weapon must destroy something, he offered his wings. He offered his wing. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadahmayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Mancha Kalpaturubhescha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, which is the status quo. The name of the chapter is The Killing of the Demon Hiranyaksha, right? So we have seen a graphical narration of Sukadeva Goswami or Maitreya Muni here in this context, right? They're explaining the fight between Hiranyaksha and Varahadev, right? So it is so nicely explained here that we can picturize exactly what's happening there. Okay, so on the other side, if we see from the other angle, Lord wanted this form of Hiranyaksha. He wanted to satisfy the chivalry features of him, like the Virya Ras. He wanted to enjoy that. And in the similar way, at the same time, he wants to enjoy it in full extent, Lord. So it is not like they're acting. It is not like Leela Shakti of the Lord. She just covered his real potency, and it was showing here. The Leela Shakti was also acting in such a way that um, Komodoki is the strongest mace that Lord carries. The Gada of Lord is Varahadev or Lord Vishnu is Komodoki. Komodoki is very, very strong. And here it explains that the Komodoki, when hit the other, when Hiranyaksha attacked Lord Varahadev, the Komodoki, the super powerful Gada of Lord flew away up in the sky. So that is the explanation given. So that means each and everyone was experiencing, including the weapons of the Lord. They are also experienced the rasa, the Virya ras. So that Kamodaki was up in the sky and it came down. And there are a lot of things, a lot of action happened here, right? So the Lord who had appeared from the nostril, okay. So struck by the demon's mace, however, the Lord's mace slipped from his hand and looked splendid as it flies, as it fell down, whirling. This was miraculous, for the mace was blazing wonderfully. So this is one thing. And as the Lord's mace fell to the ground, and cry of alarm arose from the witnessing. So Lord's mace fell down. Actually, Komodoki fell down. When the Lord's mace fell down, all the demigods and the rishis and the munis who were watching this fight, they all got alarmed. They got scared. Oh, now what happens? Because so this is all the emotions running around everywhere, to feel the reality, or to feel the real nectar, to get the real nectar of that fight. So everyone is experiencing the sometimes it's goosebumps, sometimes it's like when there is a fight, let's say Krishna can just kill. Krishna is a creator, right? I mean, Vishnu is a creator. He can just one blow, or he doesn't even have to fight if he doesn't, right? But when it has to happen, it can. So the idea is like to have a full emotions flowing in there, right? So they want to have that emotions. Krishna wants to have everyone feel that. It's not like Varahadev came and he blowed, but he gave one punch to Hiranyaksha and he died. No, it's not like that. So it's all like sometimes it seems that Varahadev is winning. Sometimes it seems that Hiranyaksha is winning. So there is some ups and downs. So this makes devotees enjoy the nectar. It makes devotees relish the pure fighting features of the Lord. So this is what is happening here, right? It's not like always fighting. Okay, so Lord's mace went down and everyone cried. Then Lord opened the disc Sudarshana. He invoked Sudarshana. So revolving the Lord's hands, and Lord contended to okay. So this is all the nice explanation that's done, and we are in that process, in that fight process. Now, the 10th verse, what we have read today, the Lord then said. So what happened was, Hiranyakshas, the demon who had fearful test, stayed at the personality of Godhead as though to burn him. Springing into the air, he aimed his mace at the Lord, exclaiming the words, "You are slain." Okay, then what happens? While his enemy looked on, the Lord in his boar form, the enjoyer of all sacrifice offering, playfully knocked down the mace with his left foot. So when Lord is holding discus in his hand, Hiranyaksha tried to attack him with the mace. Then with the left foot, Lord took down the mace of the Hiranyaksha. So he took down. So now look at this is the verse here, right? Take up your weapon. So Lord is saying that, okay, I took your weapon down, now you take up. Let's see. He's not challenging, he's not trying to kill him right away. So he's trying to, okay, now pick your weapon. Take up your weapon and try again. Eager as you are to conquer me. So you want to conquer me, right? So you pick up the weapon. I threw it out. I kicked it down. So you pick it up and come back for challenge. But this challenge in these words, the demon aimed his mace at the Lord and once more loudly roared. Okay, when the Lord saw the mace flying in toward him, he try again. Okay, challenge in these words, the demon aimed his mace at the Lord and once more loud roarly. When the Lord saw the mace flying toward him, he stood firmly. So he took the Hiranyaksha took the mace and um he threw it towards the Lord. Then Lord, just as Garuda catches the snakes, right? That's what it is explained here. As the Garuda, the king of birds, would seize the serpents just by a firm foot, right? Just catches. When, let's say a snake is slithering and he just catches with that strength, with that grip. So that's how Lord Varaha was standing in his position, right? He didn't move when that fast mace is coming towards him. He didn't move. He just caught hold of that mace. And so let's see now. So when the Lord saw, okay, his valor thus, so he he stood firmly where he was and caught it with the same ease as Garuda, the king of birds, would seize a serpent. Now the 12th verse is, his valor thus frustrated, the great demon felt humiliated. So Hiranyaksha first tried to attack. Then Lord Varaha, with his left foot, he put this mace down. Now he got a chance. Lord asked him to pick the mace, and he picked the mace, and he again threw it force like very quickly towards the Lord. And then Lord caught it just easily, just like that. So now he was frustrated, humiliated, was put out of countenance. So he doesn't have he attacked multiple times, but he doesn't have a chance. He felt he was reluctant to take back the mace. He doesn't want to take the mace now, when it was offered by the personality of God. So okay, he caught it. Here, Lord Varaha had it in his hand, and he was saying, "Okay, take it now." He said no. He doesn't want to take it because that's a humiliation, right? Then he said, "Okay, let me get." Hiranyaksha took the trident. The description of the trident is, now look, now he now took a trident which was as rapacious as a flaming fire. The fire, the trident was so hot and fiery, right? And look at the beautiful explanation here, flaming fire, and hurled it against the Lord. So Lord, so either like if you see here, the explanation is Jwalana Lolupam. So that Jwalana fire Lolupam, rapacious, Ignaya at the danger of all sacrifices. So Lord, here Sukadev Goswami or Maitreya Muni, they're telling that Lord is the enjoyer of the fire sacrifices. His mouth is fire, right? So what kind of fear will he have from the fire ridden or from the trident which has a fire kind of hotness? It's not gonna do anything for him, right? Because his mouth himself is a fire. He eats through that fire. So for that personality, what would that fire gripped trident will do? So that is one explanation. And the upama or the comparison here is, it says that uh, if Brahmana performs sacrifices, okay. So if someone is doing something bad, malevolent act, if they want to perform and they're trying to do some mantras on the Brahmana knows how to protect himself, right? But still, if some foolish person tries to uh, perform a malevolent act on the Brahmana, a bad intention, with bad intention to hurt the Brahmana, if he chants mantras, it does not, like, how does it look? It looks joke. So that's what, here's a comparison. So the first thing is like, Lord is a fire. Like Lord has a fire sacrifice. Lord has a fire sacrifice. I mean, Lord accepts the sacrifices in the form. His mouth is a fire hit itself. Then what would the trident do? As if in the comparison with, if a Brahmana is he's very expert in mantras. He knows how to protect himself. If someone tries to, yeah, if you physically go and hit a Brahmana, that's a different thing. But if someone tries to chant some mantras to, like, to do some malevolent act in Brahman, it's not going to work. That's what is the comparison here. Okay. So now the last verse for today is Tadojasha Daitya Maha Bhatarpitam Chakasad Antahka Udhirna Diditi Chakrena Chicheda Nishata Nemina Harir Yatha Taksha Patatra Mujitham. So now, hurled by the mighty demon with all his strength, the flying trident shone brightly in the sky. The personality of Godhead, however, tore it into pieces with his discus Sudarshana, which had sharp shivering, even as Indra cut off a wing of Garuda. Okay, so when that when that when the trident, which is of fiery nature, when it was thrown towards the Lord, Lord used his Sudarshan Chakra to cut it into pieces. Okay, exactly as Indra. Once what happened was he cut the wing of a Garuda. Garuda is very powerful. He cut the wing of Garuda with his thunderbolt weapon. Okay, that is a comparison here. Now, why would Indra cut Garuda's wing? So that is the comparison is given here. But now the question is like, why Indra cut the wing of a Garuda? So Srila Prabhupada explains it beautifully here. And this story, which was taken from Mahabharata, Adi Parva. So we'll go little deep and understand the concept here. Okay. So in Adi Parva, Mahabharata, it explains that Garuda, let's go a little back. So Kashyapa Muni has many wives, right? And like Diti, Aditi, they are also all these wives. Most of them are the daughters of Daksha, right? Diti, Aditi, Kadru, Vinata, many others. So like that, there are two wives. Like Diti and Aditi, they always have that like a competitive nature. In the similar way, Kadru and Vinata, they have the competitive nature, even though they're all the wives of Kashyapa Muni. So Kadru and Vinata are in that competitive mode. Okay, Kadru is the mother of all the serpents. Okay, all the snakes, all the nagas were they came from the Kadru. Okay, thousands of nagas. Now Vinata is the mother of Garuda. Vinata had two sons. Okay, only two. So the first son is Aruna. Aruna is the chariot driver of the sun. If you see the sun, sun god, he travels in the chariot, and the chariot driver is Aruna. Okay, there is a long story, but I'm gonna short it to make sensible for our context here. Okay, and the second son is Garuda. So the Garuda, there was some kind of competition or challenge or gambling, which was there was between this Kadru, Mother Kadru and Mother Vinata. So Kadru, our sorry, Garuda was killing all the snakes. So he wanted to. Garuda was killing snakes. So Kadru wanted. Can you hold on for a second, please? Sorry, I'm back. Yeah. So Garuda was killing the snake. So Kadru wanted to take a revenge, and he wanted to. So what they want to do is like, there was always a competitive mode between Kadru, the mother of serpents, and Vinata, mother of Garuda. So they had a conversation, and they had a competition that if the Kadru asks a question to Vinata, that Ucheshwara is the horse that came from the Samudra Manthan, okay, the churning of the ocean. Ucheshwara is the horse that appeared during that ocean, and that horse is a snow white horse, very beautiful snow white horse, and it explains that it has seven heads. Okay, now the question Kadru asks Vinata, mother of Garuda, that what is the color of the tail of that Ucheshwara, that horse which came from the Samudra Manthan, from the churning of the ocean. So Vinata says Ucheshwara is white. So the tail is also white. The tail of the Ucheshwara is white. Then Kadru, she orders all the snakes, her sons, to go and cover the tail of the Ucheshwara, and the tail was looking black because of the snakes covering the tail. And Kadru shows to Vinata that, look, your Ucheshwara, you said that the tail is white, but she is but the tail of the Ucheshwara is black. And that's how the challenge is, like, if you lose, or if you answer that question wrong, then the person will become the slave. That way, Kadru, the mother of serpents, mother of serpents, won that challenge, and the mother of Garuda, who is Vinata, she became the slave of Kadru. Okay, so it was a cheating from Kadru's side, but still, because she won it, Vinata accepted the slavery to serve the Kadru. Now the question is, like, Garuda comes to Mother Kadru and asks her, like, please release my mother from the slavery. Then she said, okay, if you want to release your mother, go and get the nectar or the amrita from the heavenly planets. That's when Garuda travels to heavenly planets and he fights with the demigods, and he gets the Amrit, the pot. So that's what Srila Prabhupada is mentioning. Now he went to, he gets that nectar pot, right? Then Indra sees that, and he hurls a thunderbolt, his weapon, and Garuda is strong enough to counteract that weapon, but because he has the respect for that weapon, because he has the etiquette of respect, he just accepts that blow of the thunderbolt. And see, when the thunderbolt is shot, or when the thunderbolt is released, it has to do something, right? That's why he offered up his wing. Garuda offered a wing, in the sense like he has many wings, and one of the wings was cut off. That's it. There is nothing happened. Garuda could have easily counteracted that weapon, but with the respect that it is the weapon of Indra, Garuda just showed his wing, a little part of the wing, or one of the wings of many wings. So that wing fell down. So that is the story. So what we are learning here is the etiquette has to be followed. In the similar way, in Ramcharitmanas, it explains that when Hanumanji was in Ashokvan, Sundarkand, Ashokvan, Hanumanji was tearing apart each and every demon there. Like, he killed so many people. He killed first son of Ravan, Akshay Kumara, little son of Ravan, Akshay Kumara. Then when Indrajit came to fight with Hanuman, Indrajit has Indrajit released a Brahmastra on Hanuman. So when Hanumanji has already a boon from Brahmaji that in no weapon in this world will affect you, but still, with the respect of Brahmastra, to respect that that weapon of Brahma, he just stood there and he got bound by that weapon, right? That's etiquette. So we in the devotee's life also, we have to follow etiquettes. Like, there are many things which will fall under the etiquette. So there is a special course. I think in some time we'll also have that course. Madhupati Prabhu was working on that course, so we may have that course in future. So that being said, I want to stop here. There are so many things to share, but I'll continue in some other classes. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Hari Kishore Prabhu. Let's chant 3 times prayers. This coming Saturday is Ekadasi, fasting from grains and beans. We'll have Gita Yajna this Sunday evening. We'll post the exact timings. This is Sankalpa Yajna for the distribution of Gitas, Bhagavad Gitas. And December 3rd is actual Gita Jayanti Yajna, Mokshada Ekadasi Yajna. So let's chant 3 times Hare Krishna Mantra. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Narsimha, Jai Jai Narsimha, Adesha, Dev Padma, Gram Viram
Graveram Mahavishnu Darantam Sarvatomukham Narsingham Vishnam Bhadram Namamyam
Gnanasan Samdev Bhagavan ki jai.
Jai
भक्तिराम प्रहलाद महाराज की जय,
Jai.
प्रभुपाद की जय,
Jai.
श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय.
Jai.
Let us offer our obeisances to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. Pancha
Kalpatarubhasya kripa
Sindhu Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Vaishnava ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, everybody.